Well, welcome to my Nathan James Oraa Table review and assembly. In this video, I'm going to show you how one person on their own can put this table easily together, step by step. Step in assembling the Oraa table is to fit the 4 legs. You're just going to take one of these shorter screws, tighten in by hand, ensuring it's not cross-threaded, then use a cordless driver to tighten it up. Now to do the same quickly with the other 3, once again, I would recommend just putting them in by hand, ensuring they're not cross-threaded. You can do this with a conventional screwdriver, but a cordless screwdriver is going to make it a much faster job. One last leg to fit, then it's time to put in the basket support tray. We'll make sure all the legs are nice and securely tightened down, and the next step is to fit the basket support tray marked B, which fits on at the top here. Okay, now at this stage you have 8 of the screws marked number E, and you're going to need to put those screws through the holes in the table. What I would suggest is just putting one through in each of the arms, just finger tightening using what I call a conventional screwdriver. You may have to move some of the legs in. If you see on there, the hole is considerably out from where the leg is. So I'm going to need to move that over, push it in, and tighten that up by hand. Now if I let go of things, the table stays exactly where it is. So as I say, this can be assembled by a single person. You're just going to need a little bit of patience at this stage. Don't rush. Do not rush tightening these screws into the holes, because the last thing you want to do is cross-thread one of these screws and ruin your day. Now with all 4 screws in, I would get them finger tight, because you've got another 4 screws to put in there, so you want a little bit of play in there. Now we're going to take our remaining 4 screws and line them up on the other holes. And this is where a little bit of wiggling and jiggling may be needed in order to get those screws to bite in. But as I said, do not remotely think about over tightening them. If they're not going in correctly, like this one is, then they're cross threaded. So we're going to do the same on each one of these. Now in terms of that wiggling and jiggling around, if you look and you see we're actually quite a way off on this side, so you're certainly not going to want to tighten the inner screws up too much in order to get the outer ones on there. And that one's biting in. You'll find some will go in easily, some less so. But if you're like me, most of us have a lot of time on our hands right now. So use it and don't rush things. And this last one on this side is proving to be a little bit of a pig, but it's now gone in there, I believe. Yep, there we go. So at this point, if you want, you could use your power tool, but these screws are whilst being much longer, and actually need much to carry them in. You do not want to strip any of the heads on these, because one day you may well need to take it apart to reassemble it somewhere else, or not. Now, taking each leg in turn, I would go through, tightening the screws up. I still have no idea what the 4 spaces are for, but we shall find out in a minute, maybe on the last page of the instructions. Okay, so everything is there, pretty much ready to go. So my Oraa table set assembly is nearly finished. Step 3, flip the table over and place the basket inside, and then with the rings sat on top of the bars, your table is going to look like that. Not too bad to my mind. As I said, one person on their own, single parent, can assemble this fairly easily on there. It does look slightly out of place in my garage, but it's the largest area I had to conveniently film it as I worked around it. But I think my daughter will be quite pleased with that. We have a pair of these bought for her 11th birthday. Oh, and a new bedroom set to go with it as well. What are these 4 white plugs for? Well, they're actually for the base legs of the frame of the table, so they are simply spares on there, so we'll keep them to the side, as I'm guessing at some point the odd 1 or 2 may drop out. But anyway, not too bad to my mind for the money. Hope you liked this video. If you did, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.